All right, we are live. Heck,
Woo
yeah.
woo.
I
Whoop,
never know
whoop,
how to start a live
whoop,
video.
whoop.
I'm always like,
We're on
but
time too. Yeah.
yeah. What's going on, everybody? Hope y'all had a good weekend. I know I did. I know these guys
Mm-hmm.
did. We figured we would do something special for you guys. We have been pretty crazy busy with the Scarefest this weekend. We were going to have a couple videos, but we decided to let's just do a live stream and be better that way and be more fun because we actually did so much that we didn't really have time to film and we just kind of busy playing spoons and Cards Against Humanity and
Yeah.
eating.
Till
So
3 in the morning.
I'm gonna introduce these guys. If you don't know who they are, I'm Dr. Movie 91.
Slash the junkie.
Hello.
Hope you're all doing good. Say hi in the chat. Doug White said howdy, y'all. How you
What's
doing,
up,
Doug?
Doug?
Up, Doug.
So I guess we could talk a little bit. Well, we'll wait for some people to get in here for a little bit, and then we can get
Yeah,
into
we can put the
Scarefest.
hall off there toward the middle.
Yeah. So Scarefest was early this year, huh, Chris?
Yeah, Scarefest was like the past 2 years. It was the last weekend in September, and then like the first weekend of October. One of the two. This year it was last weekend, so like September 5th was 14th, 15th, and 16th. Or
Yep.
yeah. So yeah, it was a little bit early this year. It was hot. That was the thing this weekend. It was just like miserable hot down here.
Mm-hmm.
Africa hot.
Yeah. But we had some.
I'm gonna interrupt you at least 10 more times. No, go ahead. I'm
We
sorry.
had some. But me and Doc have been before. So Paul, what was your? We'll all give our thoughts. But Paul, what was your thoughts of Scarefest? It being your first trip.
For my first time up there, yeah, minus it being Africa hot, which I was completely surprised about in the middle of September in Kentucky. Convention was great. I mean, the people they brought in, setup was a little wonky as far as trying to figure out what you'd seen and what you haven't seen because the way they had everything laid out. But overall, I think for the convention overall, I think it was a blast.
Agreed. Me and Doc, this is our third year. We started in 2016. In Doc, if you watch Doc's video, I don't want to. I come off kind of negative, and I didn't mean to. It's just it kind of felt like we knew Scarefest. It was like an FYE to us, so to speak, because we knew where everything was. Like the layout never changed. We knew where each vendor was going to be. We knew where everybody was at. And really, the only vendor that stayed the same this year was Joe Robinson. He was in the same place this year that he was the last two. Is that right, Doc?
He was at least on that same side of the same wall. Yeah.
Everything else was completely reversed, so it was kind of hard to find stuff. We couldn't find the bootleg guy. Apparently, he was there. We didn't find him. We walked around like 10 times, and we couldn't find what was the name of that store we were looking for? The Slaughtered or the Rotten Corpse?
Rotting Corpse, yeah.
Yeah, couldn't find that either. So, but overall, like the stuff we did here was awesome. Like Scarefest and everything. What was cool about this year is every year before, we always stayed apart. Like Mike would be here. Like this year, everybody was at my apartment or our apartment, and we just had the best time because we were all like, we were constantly together, hanging out and stuff. I think it was my favorite Scarefest weekend, yeah, by far.
Oh yeah, it was a blast.
Yeah, me too. Hands down was the best year just because we were all together. We all took one car there. We didn't have to worry about meeting up with people and waiting on people and all that good stuff. And we just got to enjoy everything all at once. And I agree with you, Chris. Scarefest was awesome this year, but I was just a little bit disappointed in the layout. It was still really fun. They still had a lot to see and do. And it was nice to see some new vendors there that we've never seen. But like we talked about while I was down there, you said a few times that we missed something that we had to have missed.
Even if we didn't, it felt like we missed stuff. You know what I mean? Like, because like in the past, the celebrities were all up against the back wall. You know what I'm saying? And then like all of the vendors and all of that stuff was in the front. This year, all of that was in the back. Like all of the vendors were in the back and the celebrities were in the front. And it had like this weird, like you had to walk into a square basically and then like zigzag in and out of it. And then like walk up to the next square. But you couldn't go from, you know what I mean? Like it just was kind of like on top of each other, it felt like.
Yeah, the way the layout was, it was hard to tell, like, oh, have we been down this row? Have we not? You know, you'd get halfway down and be like, oh, we've already walked down this one. You know, it was just very, very confusing to try to figure out what you had seen and what you hadn't.
I remember, I'm laughing because that booth with the bears, you know, with like their
20 times.
Passed that booth like 20 times and kept saying, man, that freaking bears again. But yeah, it was a good time.
Jason, Bearded Slasher, what's up, man?
What's going on, Jason? Mike Casper, how you doing? Ryan McCormick, what's up, everybody? I should keep up. I am so good at not keeping up with the chat, so if I miss something, yell at me. But we did, other than Scarefest, we did what we always do. We went to Halls.
Yeah.
Had some great food at Halls, and then...
My first time there, I loved it. Beer cheeseburger was amazing. And catfish had him a good catfish, so it was...
Yeah. And Paul's son was the star of the weekend, dude.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Aiden was.
Very
entertaining.
And then we did go see The Nun. However, I think that we were all very uninspired after The Nun to do like a Nun review. So we just came home and played cards and Cards Against Humanity till 4 a.m. So there was no beard review. God, a beard review. There was no Nun review, but I guess we can give our thoughts at the end. I mean, if you guys want to.
Yeah, we could do it at the end. Because I guess there's some stuff I want to. Because you know what? I didn't edit my video yet. My Scarefest video should be up either tomorrow or Thursday. I've been under the weather and been busy, so that will be up. So look forward to that, you guys. But what was I going to say? Yeah, in the video, you guys will see I kind of go pretty hard on it and talk kind of negative about it. But then the more I thought about it, my opinion keeps changing, and which we'll talk about more about that later. So I guess we should, because Paul, if we don't get to this hall, Paul's gonna, we'll be here for 3 hours, right, Paul? Or you're only showing the stuff you got at Scarefest, not
stuff I got at.
Oh, okay, never mind.
I'm not showing the weekend haul because Friday.
Chris kind of already covered that in his haul video. Too.
Right. Which you guys, if you haven't seen that video, go check that out.
Saturday. Or the stuff I got Saturday. I'm going to do a separate video to show the stuff that Tesla got because she got more than all of us combined. So,
yeah, overall, though, it was a good year because we didn't get a lot of stuff, but we got some unique stuff.
That's what I was saying. Like, that's what we were talking about was every year I went, I would buy stuff that you could, aside from artwork, but I would always buy stuff that you could find in stores. And 2 of the 3 things I got are custom, like super custom, and I'm very happy with them. Like, kind of like to give you guys an idea. I decided to go only Michael Myers because every year, I go for that because I don't have a lot of Michael Myers stuff. But again, even with the movie out, there was no Michael Myers stuff anywhere to be found. We saw one, like 11 by 17 poster of Halloween 2018, which I don't need because I got that. But there was no Halloween stuff. I found the 2 things I found I bought.
So yeah, I was gonna say I only got let's see. Yeah, you got a few things. I only got I got one really unique custom thing and some cool posters because you guys know I love my artwork, which I always try to get some cool art while I'm there. And then some, of course, it wouldn't be a Scarefest trip if I didn't pick up 1 or 2 movies, so I ended up doing that as well.
Yeah, the big letdown really of the only thing that sucked was FYE. I mean, my FYE suddenly decided to no longer do trade-ins. So, that sucked. But we still got some good stuff. And yeah, Jason, me and Paul, we did look for Mac and Me for you because of that story, the poor ET story.
I forgot about that one. But okay, so who's starting? Who wants to start?
You need to go first, because I got least than anybody.
Paul got the most.
Everybody's at one time, or are we going to do this back and forth? Or
No, we'll just do one person at a time. And Paul, you got the best beard, so.
What?
I just wanted to see your face.
All right, so there are more things, but I'm going to show them in my little Scarefest video because they're not mine. They're what I got or what Tess picked up. The stuff that I picked up is what I'm going to show. Again, I was only looking for Michael Myers stuff, and I wasn't able to find anything, well, much of anything. But I did find one thing that saved the weekend. So I had been watching TD Healthy's videos, and I saw that he had been picking up those little Legos, and I think Mike had some too. So I actually was able to find a Michael Myers Lego, and I thought he was pretty cool. I think he was like, what was he, $6? I think, or no, they were 2 for $10. So I got this one and one I'll show later for $10. So, and they come with these little stands, which I thought was pretty cool. So I was really happy to get that. And then I got really lucky. Paul actually scooped this up for me. I thought these were going to be like super hard to find, and that my FYE had like 500 of them, and that is the Michael Myers FYE. What the fuck are they? Funko Pop. Sorry. I thought they were going to be rarer than that, but my FYE had like 6 billion of them. So really happy to scoop those. Holy shit, Big Block's in here. What's up, dude?
Big Block.
Block.
Wow.
All right, last but not least, my favorite. Well, I guess this is probably one of my favorite things I own. I think that who found these? Was it Mike and them? Did you find these, or we just? I don't know.
No, we were just walking and we found them.
Pretty excited about my first Barbie doll. So this guy there was making these custom, and it came with a stand. He was making these custom
horror figures.
They're actually Barbie dolls. I think your Sam has got tits on it. So his was like my Michael Myers is a Ken. I have checked it, but but we got I'm going to show the guy's name too because I told him I would. He gave us a great deal on these. These were half off. Another thing about Scarefest this year was I noticed, which you'll hear in Paul's too, a lot of people were trying to get out of their Saturday. They didn't want to stay until Sunday, so a lot of people were marking stuff like really low. But he gave these were $50, but he sold me this one for $25, and he has, which I don't want to spoil what Mike got, but he has a lot of these. He's got Jason, he's got Reagan, he had several Michaels, and his name is Custom Horror Dolls by Will Turner, and I will try to get that where you guys can see it.
I'll leave his link to his Facebook. I believe he has a Facebook.
Yeah,
I'll put it in the description below for you guys because I have his card here too. Yeah, so, I'll leave that in the description for you guys because he does raffles as well, like once a month, and he does a giveaway where he gives away a doll.
He's a really nice guy too, and he does really good work. You'll see some more of his stuff here in a little bit, but yeah, again, no Michael Myers stuff, so I had to get custom stuff, and then Paul saved me with that FYE Funko Pop. So yeah, I was really happy with my pickups. I will kind of show off like the big. I'm gonna just kind of show it for a second. I'll give y'all a little teaser of what like the big thing that we found. Yeah, I'll save more of that later though. We found some really cool custom shit. We'll just put it that way.
Yeah, that's a good story. That piece is a good story.
So that's it for what I picked up, fellas.
Paul.
All right, I'm gonna go next.
Yeah, go ahead.
All right, so we'll start off with Blu-rays. There wasn't really a whole lot of people selling Blu-rays and whatnot, but found one spot where they're what's the name of this company? Scream Team Releasing. Some of these you've probably seen that they've released, but I picked up a couple of their Blu-rays. They're the same people that released The Barn, if you've seen that. But I picked up, first off, The Witching Season, which is kind of not not really anthology, more of like short stories, short films. There's like five different ones on here. I've already watched this one. Definitely recommend it. As far as the indie horror, this one's really well put together. Wasn't a huge fan of like the second and third story, but the first, fourth, and the last one I really enjoyed. So all these were like $20, I believe. Also picked up Dude Bro Party Massacre 3. I've heard great things about this. Super cheesy, kind of a satire, 80s slasher. Also picked up the Sleeper from them. Don't know a whole lot about this. I know it's kind of an 80s style slasher. Never seen it. Forward to checking this one out. And then last up, I picked this one up. It's a full moon feature, but I picked this up. Brinky Stevens was there. You guys might know her from Slumber Party Massacre. But she was there, and she was selling these for $20 autographed. As you can see, she autographed the cover there. Super, super nice lady. Took a picture, everything. But I've always... I think I've seen this one time. I don't really remember a whole lot about it. It's Sorority Babes in the Slime Ball Bowl-O-Rama. All right. Next up, we'll go with a couple of pictures and meetings. So, met Kane Hodder, or my son. Me and my son met Kane Hodder. And he got autographed this 8x10 for him. Super cool guy. Didn't choke us out too bad, other than he got eaten pretty good, but not myself. Also met Melissa Rose. Super awesome. Like, probably one of the coolest people that I met there at the convention. Was great deals at her booth, but it was super cool to meet. Yeah, I mean, she was awesome.
She was an absolute sweetheart.
Yeah, she
really was.
Her and Joe Bob were.
Yeah, Joe Bob was
very personable.
Me and Chris got to meet him. All right, then got a couple other things here. Let's see, trying to organize all this. All right, so I'm sure Mike's going to show off some artwork that he got from him as well. But Joel Robinson, who people know did a lot of covers or artwork for Scream Factory and whatnot. He had a bunch of prints there that he was selling. Picked up this one, Michael Myers, the bleeding eyes, which is super, super dope. Signed by Joel Robinson. And then picked this one up. Jeffrey Combs was at the convention as well. Saw this artwork and was like, it's a perfect time to grab this. And then even had Jeffrey Combs sign it. He signed it. Cat's dead. Details later, which is like one of the iconic lines from the movie.
Yeah, we watched that the night before, and we're all dying laughing when he said that.
So, but super dope artwork by Joel Robinson. He always kills it. And then also picked up this. Well, I actually brought this with me. It's a, which I don't know if I can even get it all in the picture here. It's a one sheet of the Reanimator. And Jeffrey actually signed this as well. Pretty much the same thing. He drew a little note on there. Said Paul, cat dead. Details later. So gonna be super dope once I get it framed and everything. And then my, I guess, steal as far as best deal. Chris was kind of talking about how a lot of the guys were trying to get out of there Saturday because they figured the convention was going to be dead Sunday. We were going through one guy who was kind of screaming, "Hey, biggest sale, best sale here at Scarefest. Come see what I got." And he had this regularly for like $130, $125, $130. And he sold it to me for $70. And it's the Nightmare on Elm Street Part 2 NECA, which is ginormous. Super dope.
Yeah, awesome.
Nightmare on Elm Street 2. But, I mean, the Freddy's still dope in it. And this is going to be a dope showpiece for sure. So I was super glad to pick that up for a steal of a price. And like I said, it's a huge piece. So, yeah, that's pretty much everything I picked up from Scarefest, though. Some great deals. Loved it. Awesome convention.
Speaking of that guy, I actually wanted to grab some stuff off him, but I knew I would just blow all my money on that one booth.
He was selling cloth NECAs and ultimate NECAs for $15 to $20 a piece.
Yeah, it was ridiculous.
And I think that he said I think it was like 3 for $50, and that, I mean that's insane deals.
Yeah, he had what, NECAs for 25?
He had, well, the Leatherface NECA he was asking 24, but he said if you bought 3, he would give you 3 for 50. And then he said the ultimate NECAs were 25, but he would do 20 a piece for them. He was selling everything for like, he had a really little booth, and there was like people were just buying shit in there like crazy.
Yeah, Funkos were like what, $5 he was selling?
Yeah, $5 or like 110 for 20. It was ridiculous.
Yeah, it was really ridiculous. So I'll go. I don't have a lot of stuff to show, so I'll get through this pretty quickly. I'll start with the Blu-rays. I didn't pick this up at Scarefest. I actually picked this up at Walmart, and this is one of Jess's favorite movies, and this is definitely one of mine's. Mine's. What am I saying? But you guys know I'm upgrading Stephen King stuff when I can, so I picked up Christine. The lighting is going to be terrible. Sorry, guys. Deal with it. You'll see all this all in my haul anyway, my monthly haul. So I'm really excited to see this on 4K. I can't wait because this is one of my favorite Carpenter films and one of my favorite Stephen King films, definitely. And then the other thing I picked up at FYE, this is the only thing I picked up at FYE because I technically went Saturday with the guys. And yeah, I dug a hole. I've been saying on my channel now for months that I'll never get an arrow because I know I'm going to dig a hole and it's going to be bad. Well, shout out to CD Warehouse because I bought my first arrow there and now it's a hole because now I'm ordering them. Like I just bought a couple today. But I got at FYE there the arrow exclusive of basket case, and you guys are not going to be able to see that. Yeah, I love basket case a lot. Fantastic. Do you consider this we're going to call it a creature feature? Yeah. It's definitely a creature feature. Fun. And my monthly haul, I'll show you guys the reverse art and all that good stuff, but I just wanted to show this off right now. It has a slip. I already put it in a protective sleeve. So then, like Paul was saying, we stopped at Joe Robinson's booth, and the previous year, I didn't get anything. I don't know why I didn't get anything from his booth, so I made up for that year, and I picked up 2 pieces this year. That was kind of my thing. Every year I wanted to pick up a piece of his art. So the first thing I picked up, I've talked about this movie 100 times on my channel, and that is Cannibal Holocaust. I'm definitely going to be getting this framed. I have to buy some frames, actually. And I don't know, Paul. I know Paul stuff is signed. Yeah, he signed he signs everything too. So mine's signed right there. And then the other art poster that I got from him, which is one of my favorite movies now that I just saw for the first few months ago. That is Suspiria with that beautiful purple.
Yeah, that is dope.
Yeah, I love this. He did that.
I didn't know he did it either. It was right next to the Cannibal Holocaust on the bottom. I was like, he did that? And the guy looked at me like I was nuts. And he was like, yeah, he totally did that. So you guys will see these once they're framed. I'll put them up on the wall, and you guys will get a better view of these as well. And then the last thing I picked up, my first Barbie doll, because Outlaw technically picked up a Ken doll. Jess and I saw this one. We walked around for a little bit, and we kept talking about it. You need to grab it. It's cheap. It's $25. You got to grab it. And that is Sam, which I think he's awesome. And I was talking to the guy, so I can hold him close so you guys get some better detail. He hand sews all of the outfits. And I asked him, where do you find cheap Barbie dolls? Because it's Barbie dolls. They're not cheap. He said that they're actually all recycled Barbie dolls. Thrift stores, Goodwill, wherever he can find them, or people donate them to him. So that's really cool, too. And, this Sam she doesn't have any hands or feet. So which is really cool. He just sewed it off and made it look, very genuine. And then some of the other ones, he says he does certain things to the feet to make it look like they have shoes and stuff, which is really cool. And I told him he should make one with the sack off and him holding the actual sack, which would be really cool.
Yeah.
So once again, I will leave his information down Will Turner down at isn't Will Turner's name the guy from Pirates of the Caribbean?
It is. That's what I was thinking about.
There we go. I'll leave all his information down there, so check him out on Facebook. I mean, like Chris said, he has so much stuff.
Did we get any footage of that booth?
Yes,
I mean,
yes, I got a perfect. I was going through some of my clips today. I got a perfect clip of me walking over to it, and you guys were actually buying Michael Myers, but I didn't. I just kept it up. So nobody.
Because I know he had a Jason I wanted to get, and again, like I said, it's $25, and it came with a stand, and he put shoes on them. So
I looked on his website. Yeah, he's got all kinds of stuff. He's got like Angela from Night of the Demons. He's got a Laurie Strode that goes with the Michael Myers. Like he's got a bunch of cool stuff on there.
I was hoping he'd have a Donald Pleasance because he had some obscure characters in there too.
Yeah.
So yeah, definitely check his site. He was a really, really nice guy too.
Beard Slasher said put the 4K disc in this Christine Steelbook. I don't have the Christine Steelbook. I don't like that Steelbook, believe it or not. I have just the original slipcover one Blu-ray currently right now. And now this.
Didn't they make a 4K Steelbook for that too?
Yes, they did. It's the same Steelbook as they released for the Blu-ray.
I haven't watched my.
But yeah, I can't wait to see what it looks like. So, and how good the transfer is. Because I always thought the Blu-ray did too.
Yeah, it did.
So that's pretty much it, guys. Like I said, on my channel, I will go in with my monthly haul. So keep a look at it. Like if you guys miss this video, you're not here live. I will be going into more depth. And I'm sure, Chris, you said that you and Tesla are going to have a video too, right?
Yeah,
showing off some other stuff.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. She got some stuff too. So.
And then Paul is going to say he's going to come back and he's going to have this epic haul video. Just cross your fingers.
I've tagged him in like 16 videos and he's yet to do one of them. So you
just gotta stay subscribed. It may happen one day.
I think you should just make coming soon videos every week and then just keep doing that until ever. Yeah. You can do like coming soon one week and then coming really soon the next week and then coming really, really soon the next week.
I'm coming even sooner the next week.
Coming even sooner than you can imagine the next week.
But overall, like Chris was saying, there was a lot of unique stuff. There was one artist, she wasn't there this year, that I would have loved for her to be there because me and Chris got a lot of stuff last year. Yeah, but I would say the Barbie dolls made up for it.
She's the one who did that right there.
Yeah.
I was looking for her too because she had. I was really surprised because, like we said last year, they had a shitload of Pennywise stuff. I mean, there was Pennywise stuff all over the place. And I was thinking that this year, with the movie coming out, there'd be a lot of Michael Myers stuff, and there was nothing. Just like every year, there was less of him than anything. To be honest with you, there really wasn't that many toy booths, anyways, this year as there was the years before.
No, there wasn't as many toy or artists, which was weird. Because artists, that's the whole reason why I love Scream Factory. That's one of my main reasons, is because the artwork there is insane. They're from all over the place. I was saying this to you guys when we were down there. A few vendors from my local convention, which is really cool to see. I was talking to a couple of them. So people all the way up from the Pittsburgh area drove all the way down to be at Scarefest. So that's why, I loved it. It was fun. Saw a lot of unique stuff. Nothing. You know what's weird? I was talking to Jess about this. Every single year, we see the nun. That person who cosplays as the nun, and it's spot on to what the nun looks like. And they weren't there this year. I
didn't see. What else we were talking about? We didn't see. The bootleg guy was a big blow.
Mm-hmm.
But like we were saying, we made more new traditions this year than we did any other year. Because like I said, like this year we were all together the whole time, so we were like all here, which I definitely preferred it that way because we were constantly like doing stuff and watching movies, like kind of an off. I guess I got this Scarefest weekend. Reanimator. If you guys do not have this Arrow video release, to me this is probably the best release they've done as far as like transfer and quality and audio and special features. We had a good time watching this, man. That was That's probably my favorite Arrow video release, right up there with the Scarlet Box. So we had to play Cards Against Humanity, which was awesome. We
Oh
played
my
it for like
god,
5 hours.
we laughed the whole time, and then Jess got everybody. She read online, so she was asking you guys about Pepsi or no Coke and peanuts.
Yep.
So that
We
was a
stopped and
fun.
did that. That was fun. That was a lot of fun. We
Nutrient.
actually got some new posters. I doubt she's watching, but it was my friend who used to make posters. It was her last week at her job, so I got her to make us one last batch of posters, and she made me that and a couple more I'll show, and then I gave you guys some too. So
I'll definitely be showing once I get mine framed. It's actually you
it,
gave it to Jess. It's Jess's favorite poster now of all time. That's all she's talked about since we got home. I want to get that poster framed. I want to get it. I'm like, okay. She actually took art off of our bedroom wall to put it up.
I was gonna wait and get a frame for that one, but I couldn't. Man, I had to get it. I framed it as soon as I had to get that up. So yeah, we did a lot of fun. We did like the Coke and peanuts. We did balls, which we got some pictures, and we'll both. I mean, if you're not following us on Instagram, there's a lot of pictures already up on there, but we'll put them on the videos too. And we did go see The Nun. Do you guys want to talk about that for a minute?
Let's talk about the nun since we killed a oh man, we've only been doing this for half an hour. It feels like we've been going longer. All right. I'm confused. Let's talk about the nun. I don't know what I'm saying. Paul, do you want to start with the nun since
Yeah. So the nun. So I went in with actually I didn't have the hugest of standards going in, just from hearing from other people that yeah, it was kind of hit or miss. You know, most people with Conjuring 2, everybody was like, oh yeah, that's a hit. Whatnot. This one, a lot of people hit or miss. So I didn't go in with huge expectations. Just like the Conjuring movies, there is a lot of jump scares. Of course, you're gonna jump no matter what, but they always keep the decibels at 875. And so, to me though, this demo, I mean, which is kind of like the Conjuring movies as well. They have a specific demographic they're going after, and it's the teenage kids. It's anywhere from like 13 to 19, 20, 21 year olds that they're really looking for to pull in these movies. And this one I think is perfect for them. For me, the story was just kind of all over the place. There's a lot of some of the characters I didn't really like at all. Some of the stuff I think they showed too much. They went too much into the nun as far as how the character that she became. I think they didn't leave much for for your imagination. They just showed way too much off. And then one of the characters they put in for like a humor state, and it just didn't blend in well for me at all. And by the first couple of jump scares got me. The first 15, 20 minutes I thought were pretty good, and then it just kind of went downhill for me from there. Overall, kind of like you said, Mike, the more I think about it, I don't dislike the movie as much as I did. It's definitely one I'm sure I'll buy to rewatch. But for me, yeah, it was kind of right there and run the mill. Nothing special. I would say like a 5.5, maybe 6. Originally, I was saying a 5, but I'd say like a 5.5, 6. But yeah, to me, it was just too much of a mess. But I do like the one thing that saved it for me was kind of at the end where they kind of tied it in to the whole Conjuring series. Made it a little bit higher on the scale for me. But for me, it's I'll give it a rewatch. But yeah, I'm definitely toward the bottom of the whole Conjuring scale. It's better than the original Annabelle, but I still think the second Annabelle and the 2 Conjuring films are better.
Yeah. I think I was the only one besides Tess and Aiden when the initial reaction that wasn't like completely like hated it. But no, you guys didn't completely hate it. You just
Yeah,
my feelings on it haven't changed. Like I don't hate it. I don't love it. I mean, I like it, but I don't know, man. Like I said when we got out of the theater, to me, it didn't feel like a Conjuring universe movie. Like I don't know. It felt. Well, first of all, it's not as bad as the original Annabelle, but that's not really saying a lot because that movie is awful in my opinion. But I just felt like they just show too much. Like I'm not going to give away any spoilers, but there are certain things I didn't want the nun to do or the demon to do, and she did toward the end that kind of took me out of the movie. But you know, if I see it for $10 or $15, I'll pick it up. I think I gave it a 3 out of 5 on Letterboxd, and I stand by that. I just, to me, like even like with the original Annabelle had like a Conjuring universe kind of feel to it, and I think that was before they were even really like trying to do a universe. This one just didn't. It was just it was all over the place. I don't mind jump scares if they work, and they worked in this film a couple times, but there was just too many. You know what I'm saying? Like it just was a mess.
Like I said, I mean, it's just for the demographic that they have this for. I mean, it's for kids my son age.
Yeah,
So
that's what I said when we left the theater. They don't really make horror movies for us anymore because we're
13 and he absolutely loved it. So that shows you, you know, compared to ours.
Yeah, and for me, I'm exactly kind of with Paul here. I love the beginning and I love the end and I love seeing the church. I thought it was shot really well. Like it was dark and eerie and really cool.
Yeah.
But once again, you could tell the demographic and going off what you said, Chris, there were some jump scares that were so effective that actually made me jump out of my seat a few times. And Paul's
where Mike almost jumped in my lap. That's
yeah.
Big.
Paul
The
almost
people
didn't make
behind me were kicking the shit out of me. They were jumping so much.
But there was moments of this movie where it was like jump scare, minutes, jump scare, 2 minutes, jump scare, 2 minutes, and it got so annoying. I was like,
and then like 40 minutes jump scare.
Yeah.
The biggest problem with this movie to me was the pacing.
Yes, and I really like I really liked what's her the main actress. I can't think of her name. I thought she was great, but the comic relief character, no. Like it's a horror movie. You don't need comedy. Overall, I liked it. I'm gonna watch it again, definitely. Like I gave it on Letterboxd a 2.5 stars, just to that could change. When I do give something a half, which is very rare, it means it's in the middle of changing. Like it could either go worse or better. I definitely need to give it another watch, another go. But I totally agree with Chris when he says it doesn't feel like a Conjuring movie. And one thing that he said that it kind of ruined the Nun for the Conjuring 2. I don't think the Nun is as effective as he was in the Conjuring 2 now. Like you were like, oh, because he was like for me, he was the scariest.
Yeah, she was super scary and like, I mean, she was, but this one, I mean, yeah, she just wasn't, to me, she wasn't that scary. She talked, which just totally threw me off. And like she was talking and like she even made it, which was completely stupid. Yeah, and she was definitely not as appealing at that scare factor she did in Conjuring 2.
I mean, I think hopefully everybody here has seen Conjuring 2. But that one scene where Lorraine is in her like study, and it shows the nun as like a shadow, like walk, and then to the picture, and then she kind of like comes out of the picture. You know, just that 30-second or 35, 45-second image alone of the nun was better than the entire Nun movie. You know what I'm saying? Like there was none of that like iconic like nun moments in the movie. Like you saw the nun, but there was no like substance to it. You know what I'm saying? Like there was none of that like build up, you know, to like in the Conjuring 2 whenever she's coming around that corner into the picture. Like that's terrifying to me. There was none of that. The scariest parts of the movie, the nun really wasn't in for me. You know,
Yeah. For me too, like the jump scares that were most effective didn't involve the nun at all.
No.
So but I mean, overall, it was a good time. It's tradition for us to go see a movie. It's tradition for us to go to halls. And now we made some new traditions, like Chris said. And, you know, next year will be the same thing. But I'm sure we'll have more traditions and more to talk about. And who knows, we'll probably go ham again. This year we were a little bit calm. But I could see us next year just going completely crazy.
Well, Paul went pretty ham.
Yeah, we don't want to talk about what Paul did.
Yes.
But we got plans to do more stuff. Like this isn't gonna, you know, we said it'll be a once a month, and it could be once a month. It could be 6 times a month. We talked about it last night, decided to do this tonight, and then, you know, did it. So hopefully, I'd like to do a Halloween 2018 like live reaction kind of thing when we get out. Paul has mentioned maybe coming in, so if Paul comes in, we might do like a review or something. And then I'm trying to talk to the guys. I'm going to put you both on the spot. I would love, which is I know it's harder for you guys than it is for me, but I would love to do like a Halloween night stream, like on the actual October 31st, and just like shoot the shit for an hour, because on the 31st we'll have all those new Blu-rays in our hands, Maximum Overdrive, Trick or Treat, and we can kind of talk about that and talk about Halloween some. So lots of cool stuff coming.
Let's ask the chat while everybody's here if they would like for us to do a Halloween night live stream, and we could do something special for you guys. That for me, I can say right now that's going to be no problem, because where I live, Halloween's like a week before. They're doing it like a week before. It's real weird.
Yeah,
I don't know why
it's like the day before, but that's not,
Yeah. So that's no problem for me. What about you, Paul?
It's up to you now, dude.
I'm good for it.
Okay. So yeah, look forward to that. And also we have some other stuff planned. And also we said if you guys are with us now live, after this is over, leave comments and let us know what you guys will want us to talk about, anything horror related. We'll definitely. I had a couple comments about for us to talk about movies like classics, but not even not classics from the 70s and 80s, but from like the 40s, 50s, and 60s, like older stuff. Yeah. Like the Universal monsters and that kind of stuff. So that's something we can look into. As Chris said, you guys will definitely get a notification not a notification. That doesn't work that way. You guys will be updated on Instagram.
Social media. Yeah.
Social media a day before. So keep a look at it. If you're not following us on social media, keep us following on social media, and there will always be a thumbnail up on Instagram or Twitter for us, and at least a day before. That way you guys know. So
yes, sir. So we're gonna try to do a Halloween live reaction, because that's the most anticipated movie probably of all time for me. Can't wait. That's all. That's all. I mean, I'm counting the days. I'm almost as excited about Halloween as I was Scarefest. Maybe more. I don't know. I wish everybody can come back down, but looking forward to that.
So I guess since we have some time left, because we said we would do these for an hour. Does anybody in the chat have questions they want to ask us about Scarefest, about what we plan on doing for Halloween, October, our channels, if Paul's ever going to come back, things like that? Just let us know let us know who's here too, and let us know what you guys want us to do. Leave us some comments. Don't forget, leave us comments, because I'll forget unless I write things down. After this is over, put in the comments what you guys would like future topics to be, because
not to interrupt you, but Big Block says, damn it sucks, Halloween is on a Wednesday this year.
That does suck.
Doug White says, I'd love to see you all on Halloween. Leroy Green says, yeah, what's up, Leroy? Doug White says, y'all are my favorite group of Blue Tubers. Thanks, bro. We appreciate that.
Yeah, thanks a lot, Doug.
We've been, like we said in the last video, we've been doing this now for 3 years? We just never did it,
Oh yeah, we've known each other for 3 years or so.
3 or 4 years, yeah.
And we just decided to start doing it live and actually, sharing it. And if you guys just got in here now, or you're going to see this, everything will be up on my channel. There's called The Losers Club. Just go there and you can go back and rewatch this later on. That's where they'll be. It's good times. Good times.
Yeah, we got a lot of stuff planned. I mean, we're going to keep this going as long as we can, because I've really enjoyed doing this.
Yeah, me too. And I'm sure, like Chris said, we have some other stuff planned. I'm sure we'll be getting together whenever we can, and because that's always fun.
Oh, real quick, if anybody in there is trying to build a horror collection for cheap, right now is the time to go to the dollar store. I actually forgot to show this in mine and Paul's video, but the first place we actually went was the dollar store, and they got some really good horror titles right now for like $4 or $5. This is one of the more expensive ones, but they got like the Carrie remake for $3. So somebody was asking me where to get some cheap horror movies, and that's I would definitely recommend Dollar Store right now.
Definitely Dollar Store. And on my videos, I have the Amazon 2 CD warehouse. So we'll ship to you guys. There's stuff on there too. You guys can just look up certain movies and stuff. We update that daily. I think I'm pretty sure it's updated daily.
I mean, they have a little Halloween section, or at least Chris's did, had a little Halloween section where they had a bunch, especially the actual Halloween movies. A bunch of those, like the Rob Zombie remakes and stuff, that were like $5, and then kind of catalog title horror movies that were $3. Plus, they're doing a buy 2 used, get 1 free. So I picked up a bunch that were, $3, $4 used, catalog titles. So I'd recommend, if you have an FYE near you. I know the prices are usually just ridiculous, but if you have one near you, definitely check that out.
Brian Goes Blue says a Halloween stream would be cool. We're definitely going to be looking into that. Doug Watt has a great question. He says, do y'all have a list of films that must be watched during October, much like some do at Christmas? Well, y'all want to do like 5 apiece? That'll be fun.
Yeah. Do 5. We'll do 5 apiece.
Damn.
Probably gonna have a lot of the same ones.
Mm-hmm.
That's a tough question. Well, for me personally, I'll go with Halloween Day. I have a Halloween Day tradition. Well, let's start with where is it? Well, I don't know where the hell it is. On every October 1st, I watch The Adventures of Ichabod and Crane, the Headless Horseman Disney short. I've done that since I was, in my early teens. I don't know where the hell it is over here. I watch this every year on October 1st. Must watch. And then for like on Halloween Day, I watch Halloween 4, Trick or Treat, and Halloween. End the night with Halloween. That's been my tradition for the past few years. So those are my. That's only 3 though, isn't it, or 4? Oh, and then I always watch this every year too. Ernest Scared Stupid. Great movie. I've been watching that since I was I had this on VHS, so that's a must watch for me. So there's my 5 must watches.
For me, definitely Halloween, Trick or Treat. I'm trying to think of any. Night of the Demons is always a big one for me during October or right around Halloween. Pumpkinhead is always a big one for me in October. And then I really liked Tales of Halloween.
That's a good one.
Mm-hmm.
I guess that would be my 5 that I definitely recommend for October or right after Halloween.
Let's see, my 5, definitely Halloween. I've been watching that for as long as I can remember.
3 also is one that gets fully overlooked. A lot of people hate, but I definitely recommend Halloween 3.
Oh, for sure.
Sure.
Yeah.
Oh, definitely.
I watch it October 30th. I like to try to start that like 11 p.m. on October 30th and kind of watch that going into Halloween Eve. Or what? It is Halloween Day.
So many people hate that film because it doesn't have Michael Myers in it. And, for years, I never watched it because it didn't have Michael Myers in it. And then when I watched it, I was like, wow, this is
incredible.
Oh, yeah. So I definitely want to recommend checking it out if you haven't.
So let's see. My one, okay, definitely Halloween. Nightmare Before Christmas is big. Jess and I watch that one every year. We have a tendency to watch The Exorcist. That's kind of been like a family tradition of mine. It happens. We end up watching it. Yeah. The Descent, I always watch around Halloween. I don't know why, even though it doesn't really have anything to do with Halloween. It's just a creature feature that I love. And I had a Scream Factory in my head, now it went away. Oh, Pumpkinhead, duh. Because last year, Jess and I watched that, and she loved it. And then we watched it again, she liked it even more. So every time we watch Pumpkinhead, she likes it more. We actually have to watch the second one.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, I've heard good and bad.
It's bad. I bought it thinking maybe it'll be better this time. Nope. Doug put, do y'all recommend the producer's cut of Halloween 6?
Yeah.
What's a tough? I mean, I definitely recommend it, but which one would you prefer, the producers or the regular?
Well, when I first got the set and we watched the set together, I watched the theatrical. Was that the theatrical?
Yeah.
Yeah, first. So that's all I knew for a while. And then I finally got the producer's cut. So I would have to say the theatrical because that one
Same for me. I mean,
kind of resonated with me more.
yeah, same for me. I do like the producer's cut, but to me the theatrical cut where I prefer that one more.
Same here.
All kind of good. We had a good amount of people, so thanks. Just want to give a shout out to everybody in the chat. Thanks everybody for coming by and checking us checking us out. Checking us out. We are some good looking men. Checking out what we picked up at Scarefest and listen to us ramble.
Ron McCormick put going to be watching the Tales from the Crypt complete series box set. Yeah, I need to get that, man.
I need that set too.
That was my shit when I was younger. Love that series.
Well, a movie that I love more and more that when we watch it, Chris, is Demon Knight. Like that movie gets better every time I see it.
Which we just watched that like a couple weeks ago.
Mm-hmm.
Which I'd be totally down to watch it again if you want.
Yeah, I absolutely love that movie.
I got a bunch of stuff to watch this year. I got laid out. We need to watch The Devil's Rejects.
We just have a bunch of stuff that I picked up at Scarefest. That'll take plenty of time.
Yeah.
We'll have to watch Halloween on 4K when it comes out.
We need to start the Halloween series soon so that way we can be ready for the new one. Which that's like kind of a tradition for me, and we've done that every year, dog. Me and you have.
Well, yeah, because you made the promise.
Yeah.
When was that? A couple years ago when I picked up the Halloween box set?
Mm-hmm.
You said if you buy that Halloween box set, I'll watch every one with you, and we did. We watched the Halloween set, and then we watched Nightmare on Elm Street, and then we
watched every franchise all the way through together.
Mm-hmm. And then I got super lucky.
We watched all the Hatchets.
Yep, all the Hatchets.
We watched a lot of movies this past couple months, man.
Yeah.
I wish I had made a list. I guess I can get on Letterboxd because I would say we've watched 50 to 60 movies the past
That's what I use.
and a half, 2 months.
I use Letterboxd for that. Like, if stuff that I've seen, actually, the way I do my Letterboxd is this year. Everything that I wrote a review for on Letterboxd is stuff that I haven't seen ever, or it's been like at least 4 or 5 years since I've seen it, and I give like a new take on it. So that's how I've been doing it. So. Yeah. You know, that's so if anybody, because Chris has, do you do reviews on there or you just put what you've been watching on Letterboxd?
I just rate it and throw it on there. I don't ever review it.
Oh, you rate it. What about you, Paul? Do you do anything on Letterboxd?
Yeah, I just rate it or I just review it or anything.
I don't know.
I think I maybe wrote a short review for The Fly because I liked it so much. And I think I did it too for Strangers Pray at Night. I'm not for sure though. I know I did it for The Fly.
I've been on like a review kick. I don't want to say review kick, but I love Stardust, and then I like actually writing down my thoughts on Letterboxd as well. But for some reason, I get in front of the camera and I want to do like a full-fledged review. I ramble. I make no sense.
Do it, man.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe someday. People want me to do reviews. They say, "Oh, you'd be good at it." I don't know.
Was it your very first video review?
Yeah, it was. Texas Chainsaw 3D. I gave it 5 stars. No, it was my very first video. Yeah, it was a movie news. That was when movie news kind of started, and I dropped that right away. And then I picked it back up later, and it was a review on Rest in Peace Department.
You definitely should bring that back because there's a lot of good movie news happening this year.
Movie News Monday. I used to do it every Monday.
Oh yeah,
all the new releases, man. This is crazy to think about all these movies coming out at once. Like, just what a year for horror movies. I mean, from January to December, it's going to be hard to debate if there's been a better year for horror.
Yeah, I mean, just alone with Scream Factory releases, plus, I mean, we had some great movies in theaters. You know, plus, I can't wait for Halloween. I can't wait. God. I've never, and this is sick truth, every time a new trailer comes out I watch it once or twice myself, and then I go show Jess, and I get her reaction on it because her reaction is always different. When I showed her Halloween, she goes, "Yeah, that gave me chills," and I went, "All right, we'll be saying that day one," because it gave me chills too. But
You know,
I didn't.
I hate reviews, and I don't hate reviews. I just don't really watch them, and I try to avoid trailers, and I have said from day one, like, I'm going to watch the first trailer for Halloween, and that's it. But I have watched both trailers probably at least twice a day, man. Like, just the little subtle things, that knife flip he does when he's walking.
Mm-hmm.
Ah, man, I hope that, like, right when he does that in the movie, that the Halloween thing kicks in, like right before or right after. That'd be so awesome.
Yeah, the knife flip is awesome. Watching him grab the hammer and stuff too, and the walk.
Yeah.
And I think the thing that gets me most is Jess brought this up when the kids run into Michael in the beginning. Physically, like, could you imagine running into Michael Meyer and not knowing it?
Yeah.
I'm just like, oh hey.
And he doesn't even like flinch. He doesn't even like, yeah.
It's awesome that moment. You're like, oh crap.
I got high hopes. I've really tried to not go in there with like really high hopes, but it's just so hard, man.
Oh, it's very difficult not to.
I mean, like, I have like I just want it to be better than Resurrection. Then I'll be in the remakes, and I'll be perfectly happy.
No Buster Rhymes, so it has to be better.
Wouldn't it be fucked up though if like at the very end of the movie, like at some point they put Buster Rhymes, just made like a little brief cameo, just like a.
Oh, did everybody cut out? Are we there?
Yeah, we're here.
Yeah.
Okay. My headphones went a little bit.
I can't find mine.
I had some static in them. I don't know what was going on there. Technology. Can't live with it. Can't live without it.
So just to recap, I'll have the rest of my haul on my channel. Doc will have the rest of his on his channel. We haven't talked about when we're going to do this again. So we've technically done what, 2 in September now? Or just the first one?
Yeah, because we did it right before Scarefest.
We did right before Scarefest. Now we're doing after Scarefest. So.
Yeah, so at the latest, I would imagine we'll do it for the Halloween for the movie. But we could do one before that. So just make sure you're following us on social media because we will post it on there.
And then recap on my channel, I have my Stephen King collection coming out. I have a Scarefest video coming out. And I also have an announcement video for this year's, since we're not doing the 24-hour horror challenge, we're doing a different challenge that Jess and I came up with. And it will be fun because we'll get the community involved. And if people want to do it as well, they can do it like along with us. So I'll be talking about that too.
Paul, anything on your channel you'd like to give out, dude?
Yeah, just no.
So hopefully, me and Paul are trying to work something out where he can come down in October to go see the Halloween movie, and then fingers crossed for a Halloween day live stream, Halloween night. We'll do it Halloween night, maybe from like 11 to 12, or we'll figure it out. But hopefully we can do. That'd be awesome.
If Paul is able to go down there for Halloween, maybe if we all see it opening night, we can do a live stream on that too.
Yeah, I would like to go see it twice opening day if we can. That'd be awesome.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to get. I don't know if I can get tickets. I don't know. I'll figure something out. I'll let you guys know. I'll keep everybody.
Yeah, look at Lucky making a photo bomb of all that.
His own little, yeah.
Making his YouTube debut.
But yeah, so that's pretty much what's going on with our channels. Paul,
the slasher may be back. Who knows?
Yeah, come on.
You just got to sub to him.
Update of all time. You picked up like 600 movies this weekend.
Yeah,
38 titles.
It would be like a feature film to do an update right now. It would just be.
I'd watch it.
There's not even like it'd be like watching an Avengers film. Like it would just go.
Infinity War Part 1, and then you do Part 2 next year.
Yeah.
Oh my god, that'd be
Good
hilarious.
times.
But
if Paul does come down for Halloween, he said something about maybe staying all weekend. So if we do,
If I do come down, it'll be a whole. I mean, the plan is to do like a whole weekend thing, like a 3-4 day weekend thing.
So if we do any videos, we'll put that up there, and we may even shoot it over to Doc and let him put it in the Losers Club playlist. So there's definitely going to be more content coming, one way or the other.
definitely.
And then me and Tess always head up to Pittsburgh, right around December, January. So we'll probably wait for what Doc calls a light dusting, which is 18 feet of snow, and then we'll have that.
Yeah, he was like, "Hey, first time Outlaw ever came up here, he was like, how much snow you guys got up here?" Just a light dusting. It was like knee
I
high.
pull into fucking 24 inches of snow.
I didn't even say hi to him yet. I opened up the door and he was like, "A light dusting. Is that right?"
And I was in a little bitty Scion XD, a little bitty car. And
But I got you.
When I left Sunday, the snow was above my door and went like under my door into my floorboard. It was awful. It took us like 16 hours to get home for like a 5-hour drive.
But you guys had cheats.
We did. That's the best place ever, man.
Oh yeah, Sheets is the bomb.
So, well, anything else you guys want to touch on real quick, or we could wrap this up, or?
Nah, I'm good, man.
Stay tuned. There'll be more content.
Yes,
Stay
sir.
tuned. If you're not subbed to Outlaw of the Dead and Slasher Junkie, links are always in the description below. So make sure you go sub to them. Also follow them on Instagram because, now Paul has an Instagram, and I know Chris is on Instagram and Twitter. So that way you guys never miss a live stream. And if you guys like this live stream and you want to see more like it, give us a thumbs up. If you don't like it, give us a thumbs down because it's still going to help us move up to the top of the Watch Now list or recommendations. So whatever. Thank you guys so much for joining us. We love doing these live streams. Thank you to everyone who's come out and shown us so much support. It really means a lot, and all the support. With the Scarefest stuff, we had a lot of people asking about it or asking me about it, how it all went and stuff. So I really appreciate all the support.
Yeah, thanks everybody in the chat for talking tonight. We had a pretty popping chat. Thanks Doug White, Ron McCormick. I'm probably gonna forget people. Shit. Big Block. Good to see Block back in.
Yeah, good to see Block.
So thank you guys all so much for the questions. Appreciate it.
Yeah, Paul, you want to lead us out tonight?
See you guys next time. Peace.